Hello people, today I want to share my top 5 tips for getting more work done in the studio and enhancing your productivity as a creative. Tip number 1, know your goals. If you're heading into the studio without a specific goal or plan, you are setting yourself up for distractions and procrastination. Why? Because you haven't given your work a sense of urgency and purpose. That's why goal setting is so powerful. Take a day off to map out your goals for the next 3 months. It will do wonders for your focus and drive. But remember, proper goal setting isn't just saying something like, I want to be a professional DJ and recording artist. That is a huge goal on its own. Instead, break it down into smaller, actionable steps. Grab a piece of paper and jot down your main goal, then work backwards. For example, decide to finish 6 tracks in the next 3 months. What kind of tracks do you want to create? What labels would you like to sign them onto? Visualize the ideal outcome and what happens if you get those tracks signed. Now stick that piece of paper somewhere where you can see it every day, on your studio wall, your fridge, wherever. But make sure to check in with it regularly, ideally weekly, to assess where you're at and how you are progressing. Break your goals down into weekly to-do lists, including the tasks that you need to accomplish and the skills that you need to develop to accomplish those tasks. Track your progress in a journal. This way, you're not just setting goals, you're actively working towards them. Tip number 2, use time blocking to map out your day in the studio. One technique that I swear by is time blocking. This means mapping out my workday minute by minute whenever I need to get some serious work done. That might sound rigid, but having the structure frees up my brain to be creative, and it will also do the same for you. If I know exactly what I'm supposed to do for the next hour and the one after that, I can dive deeper into my work without hesitation. It makes transitioning between tasks more seamless, and this is a crucial point because procrastination often creeps in when you finish one task and you don't have a plan of what comes next. That's why knowing your next step is crucial for productivity. A daily plan could be as simple as this: 10 to 11 a.m. find a vocal on Splice, 11:15 till 12:15 record chords, 12:30 till 1:30 p.m. record drums. Make sure to schedule short breaks in between, but avoid picking up the phone during those times. Instead, take a short walk or simply do nothing. Get used to being bored during breaks. It's absolutely fine. Train your brain to not need constant stimulation from social media or flicking through reels. This will increase your capacity for focused, deep work when you return. Tip number 3, eat the frog. Always tackle the most valuable task first thing each day. If you spend your morning answering emails or doing shallow work, you might feel busy, but you're not really moving towards your goals. Our brains naturally want to go for the easy tasks first, but if you want to boost your productivity, you need to prioritize the tasks that will have the biggest impact. This is what is known as eating the frog. By prioritizing the most important task, you tap into the 80-20 rule. The idea is that 80% of positive outcomes result from just 20% of your actions. But those 20% of actions have to be impactful. So eat that frog every day and you'll get the most out of your time and your effort. Tip number 4, turn off notifications and notify significant others. Distractions are the enemy of creativity. When it's time to work, turn off all notifications on your phone and don't look at your phone until your work is done. I often hear aspiring artists say to me that they don't have enough time to make music. If that sounds like you, check your daily screen time and think again. Minutes spent scrolling on TikTok or Instagram quickly add up to hours every single month. Imagine what you could achieve if you spent that time working intentionally towards your goals. If you find self-control tough, try using an app like Freedom. It blocks social media and internet access for a set period. I've used it myself and it is a game changer. Also, notify significant others. Let them know that you're going to work deeply on achieving your goals and that you are not to be disturbed during that time. Tip number 5, reward yourself for reaching milestones. This last tip is very simple but incredibly effective. Reward yourself when you hit your milestones. because this builds a mental connection in your head that hard work feels good. Decide on a reward before you start work towards a milestone. Maybe it's a nice meal, or a trip to the cinema, or a short getaway. When you reach that goal, give yourself the reward and enjoy it. Then you set the next milestone and repeat. This process not only keeps you motivated, but also makes the whole journey enjoyable. Now, those are my 5 tips for productivity. And if you want to find out more, then check out the Dojo community, where you can find comprehensive, in-depth courses on increasing your productivity and your work ethic.